One, two, one, two. Alright, we on? Yeah, we on. Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. That movie has clearly surpassed expectations levels, including mine, to a whole new level. Going back to 2018 when Into the Spider-Verse first came out, that movie lit a spark into people's hearts in which they became absolutely fixated on how fantastically executed this movie was. The animation / scenery, the story, the leap of faith, which is one of the greatest scenes of all time. I mean, come on, you get the point. Ever since its release, that movie has been crowned as being the best Spider-Man movie of all time, as well as being one of the best animated movies of all time. And from my perspective, I can fully agree with both takes as it stands up there with legendary movies such as WALL-E, Spirited Away, Ratatouille, Cars, Spirited Away, The Incredibles, Spirited Away. Like, if you were to ask me what I thought of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I would probably say that the overall feeling of the film really captured what it truly meant to be bitten by a radioactive spider, lose a loved one, and experience the ambition of that. With great power comes great responsibility. And that truly represents Spider-Man's persona, hence why the movie owned the title of being the best Spider-Man movie of all time. And then Across came out, so we thought, alright, maybe that's it. Across looks good, but there's no way they're gonna top it off after pulling this magical last movie. And guess what? Them niggas really did it. Not only did they top it off, but they managed to create an atmosphere completely different from what we've seen from any Spider-Man encounters. They literally made the impossible possible. And with that being said, Across officially decrowns Into the Spider-Verse as the new #1 Spider-Man movie. And I'm gonna give you all my reasons / opinions on it, so yeah, enjoy. Across the Spider-Verse is a better movie because of its exploration on situations beyond imagination on what Spider-Man could have encountered. Now, we've all heard of the introduction of where Spider-Man's origins come from and where does it start and everything. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that's pretty much it for Into the Spider-Verse. No, I am not dissing it. I would never do that. I'm basically saying that throughout the entire movie, that's the only element they put on the table. And that's not a bad thing because they executed that shit so well that it fits perfectly with the atmosphere we got from Across, which changed that element by introducing the most unique Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. Especially story-wise, which leads us into the next reason, the animation. Dog, the animation, I can't even begin. Y'all know that the spider chase scene took them 4 years. I know for a fact that them directors had the animators working like slaves to get that shit beautifully done. And they did, props to them. The animation was such a massive improvement compared to Into the Spider-Verse. Different art styles and much more fluidity established in this movie, and it works perfectly. One that I particularly loved was Hobie Brown's character. The reason why I love Hobie is because he's a cool ass nigga. The other reason why I love Hobie as a character is because as we go throughout the movie, we can see that his animation style briefly changes from one to another. We can see that it goes from comic book aesthetic to 3D to black and white and goes on till the end of the movie, which took 3 years to animate. Like, you can see the passion that animators put in their stylistic choice, which is a good thing. Which then leads into my other reason, Miguel O'Hara. Now, I won't even lie to y'all, but that guy Miguel was something else. What I do love about him though, is that he got a different vibe from any other Spider-Man. Unlike any typical Spider-Man, he seems to be serious all the time. He doesn't make any foul jokes. And he's literally half spider and half human hybrid. Like, damn man, that's crazy. Oh, and also, his lame ass doesn't have any spider sense. But I also like is the explanation he gave on canon events, that every Spider-Man has to lose a loved one in order to keep the Spider-Verse stable. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that's so biased to be honest. But I've realized that Miguel represents Spider-Man's writers that keep writing that certain element of what he has to go through in comics. And that's where Miles comes in as this deviation and goes against these factors, which is a very cool aspect, in which has fans excited and curious about which of these two are right and wrongs about canon events and stuff. Also, y'all see how hard Miguel was tweaking over Miles. He was literally going on force with his monster-ass look on his face and then proceeded to choke slam the boy, just because he wanted to save his dad from dying. And the way he was geeking when Miles was trying to go back to his universe, like that is not okay. And then we got Gwen. All my homies hate Gwen. She was nailed this entire movie. The snow bunny strikes again. Like Dr. Human was right, she got Miles on a leash. He needs to go with Spider-Man instead for real. And then we got Peter B. Parker. He was a good and fun character as always. And I love how deeply connected he is to Miles to the point that he had a whole child because of him. Like, come on now, just look at Mayday. Like, y'all can't tell me she is not adorable. And finally, the Spot. And I mean, nobody expected this goofball to turn into a multiversal threat because of a damn big old thrown at his face. And his theme, oh my goodness dog. that theme is so menacing. Like, that theme generally put chills down my spine when I first heard it. Oh, and also, I loved other scenes like Indian Spider-Man and his verse, the Earth 42 miles reveal, or Gwen and her dad bonding together, or Spider-Man, why'd you create that guy, or just random references. There's probably more that I can't think of at the moment, but those were pretty good moments. In overall, this movie was a beautiful experience, and I definitely mean it when I say it's worth a rewatch. And reminder, that's the only first part, with Beyond being the second and final part of the movie. Like, yo, I was ready to watch it next year until they pushed that shit to summer 2026. As much as I don't like it, I think it's a good approach because we need Beyond to be some heavenly experience that'll make people cry and still hype years later. But yeah, I don't know what else to say, so I'm gonna put the clip of Miguel holding Mayday, and thank you for watching it. It means a lot to me, and I love you. God bless.